Oh, man, I was grooving out to that. Hey, everybody, how's it going? This is your man, Martin Anaya, and you are watching a show that we like to call The Breakdown, all things motion pictures, okay? And, of course, as we are doing in the run-up to the Sacramento International Film Festival, this week, just like last week and just like we're going to do again next week, is devoted to the filmmakers of the Sacramento International Film Festival. And I'm very, very excited because I have some wonderful filmmakers that we're going to be talking to today. But before I am remiss, and guys, you got to stay there because I got a guy coming in a little bit later by the name of Graham Streeter, who's been an alumnus here of the Sacramento Film Festival. And he's coming back with his new movie. You're not going to want to miss it. This is called UNFIX. It is a feature that we are going to be playing on August the 19th at the 8:30 time slot. So that is the feature presentation, the premiere, the Northern California premiere of this film. We're going to talk to the filmmaker. So stay right there. And by the way, all these filmmakers, for the most part, almost the entire festival, these are all local filmmakers. That's right. More local filmmakers than you can shake a stick at. And the first one that I'm going to bring in is my technical director today. It's my brother from another mother. It's Mr. Rudy. Oh, Rudy, where are you, bro?
Hello.
There he is. Hey, Rudy.
Hello.
Hi. What's going on, bro?
Well, I'm just technical directing and directing. I directed my movie Martian Odyssey, which is going to be at the 48-hour Film Fest in Sac Gems.
Well, thank you. You just stole my headline. You are now, Rudy. We got to tell people, in all honesty, here, how long have we known each other, Rudy?
We've known each other. We've known each other since 2021.
Even actually, but you know what? I've known of you a lot longer than that. How old were you when you first came? So I run. Let me set the stage here. I run a TV station in the Bay Area called Pacific Coast TV. And when Rudy was, what is it, 8th grade? Rudy, was it 8th grader?
After 8th grade, yeah.
And you started taking classes because we do run a community media center and we train people. And you took a class in Half Moon Bay, California. What was the name? Do you remember the name of that class, Rudy?
It was a workshop where you learned like how to operate cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I worked with like Edian and another guy, and we made a late night talk show, and we recorded it and made little video clips of it.
And you got another late night talk show, but you've been a little filmmaker. You've been doing the thing, helping me out here. So, folks, we're bringing up, baby. I tell you, man, with the Sacramento Film Festival, and of course now with our Pacific Coast TV, we've been supporting local and Northern California filmmakers for a long, long time. A lot of people, Nick Leisure, Joe Carnahan. I mean, these are names. Go IMDb these names if you don't know who I'm talking about. Dion Taylor, man, we've been bringing them up since baby style. And Rudy, you're no different. Now, for those people that don't know, tell us what Martian Odyssey is all about.
All right,
tell us all. Because somebody told me the whole movie the other day. Don't do that. Just give me a little snippet.
Exactly. So Martian Odyssey is the story of an astronaut who's sent on a voyage to Mars in 1975 to disarm a massive hydrogen bomb being tested there by the Soviets.
Go ahead.
And along the way, he's trying to make peace with the death of his beloved pet dog, and they always shared a connection to space together. They would look at the stars.
Outstanding. And I understand you have a trailer for this Magnus
I
Opus.
do have a trailer. Would you like to see
Roll it, Rudy. Good night. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we call it the Future Visionaries segment of the Sacramento International Film Festival. And Rudy, you are an honorary future visionary, my friend. And by the way, thank you, man, because it really does my heart good to see people, progressing in their media careers, and you're doing great over at PCT. Unfortunately, right now, I have to have you return to those reins because I got to bring in our next filmmaker. Is that okay?
All right, just one thing. You want to see it? August 19th, 48-hour film festival in Sac Gems at the California Railroad Museum.
Wait a minute. Say it again. 48-hour film festival, Sac Gems, California Railroad Museum. Go to that website, californiafilm.net. Rudy, he's been learning. Everybody give it up for Rudy. Thanks, Rudy. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, now I got to bring in a lady by the name of Cecilia Romo. And if we could just go ahead and bring her right on. Cecilia, you're going to have a movie in the Sacramento Film Festival this year as well called Suenos De Mi Hija. And, sometimes, like in Rudy's case, we're bringing up baby, right? We've watched them maturing. And then sometimes it just drops in, if I dare say so, from like as though dropped in from Mars, dropped in from outer space. And I don't know you. I didn't know you before this. But boy, were we impressed with your movie. Do you want to give us just a little brief synopsis? And again, don't give it the whole thing away. I know these are short movies, but just tell me a little bit about this movie, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be showing. It's about a mother-daughter relationship. There's a first-generation Latina daughter named Samantha and her mother, a traditional immigrant named Rosa, who doesn't approve of her daughter's punk rock dreams and kind of their adventure and their friction and struggle dealing with that.
That movie reminded me of another movie that we played by a very well-known Latino artist several years ago called Speeder Kills. And it's always fun too. It was fun even when we played that movie Speeder Kills because it was kind of a similar thing. It was like punk rock culture versus traditional, Latino or Chicano culture. And in this case, it really, there's a lot of parallels there. But tell me a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind. I mean, how did you come into filmmaking? I mean, how is it that you've been off of our radar for all this time?
I'm a local Sacramento native, born and raised here.
Okay.
I just love Sacramento, and I want to tell the stories, from the point of view of living in Sacramento as a Latina. I'm from the Northgate Gardenland neighborhood, so you'll see a lot.
I went to Grant High School, girlfriend.
So did I. I'm
living in Thomas now.
So you'll see a lot of locations that you'll recognize, and I think really resonate.
I did.
Yeah.
Because we have to view it before, obviously,
Yeah.
So I did see that. Yeah. And so you're paying homage to the locals, right?
Exactly. That's my, it's my passion, is my vision to do that. And that's what I set out to do. And I'm excited for people to see it and see themselves represented, as a Latina, as a Sacramento native. So, yeah.
And tell me, again, let's get our promotions hat on. When's it playing and because it's in a short segment. So when's it playing?
Yeah, it's a short film. It'll be playing on August 19th at the 3:30 p.m. part of the All-Star NorCal program.
NorCal All-Stars Part 2, right?
Yeah, Part 2.
Part 2. So when you go to that website right down there at the bottom of your screen, californiafilm.net, by the way, and you want to cop these tickets, I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, even with Rudy with the Future Visionaries, you're thinking like, oh, okay, no, these films are truly amazing. And it's really an honor for us to meet you. You're right here. You plopped right in from seemingly outer space, but you're right here in Northgate.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited.
We love it. We love it. And please tell all your friends, too, because we're going to get as many people as we can. Now, the film festival, just in case I'm remiss, folks, it goes from August 18th. We're going to have a very exclusive party down in Old Sacramento. And then it unspools the next 2 days on the 19th, where Cecilia's film is going to be playing. And then on the 20th, where we're going to have a program that we call Cine Soul. So we're going to talk to that filmmaker. When we come back, we're going to run out to a little bit of a break. But Cecilia, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Tell us one more time, what's the name of the film?
Suenos De Mi Hija. It translates to My Daughter's Dreams.
My Daughter's Dreams. And when does it play?
It plays on Saturday, August 19th at 3:30, part of the All-Star NorCal Shorts Program 2.
Part 2. All right. CaliforniaFilm.net to get those tickets. We're going to see you in a little bit. We're going to run out to a little bit of a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to a gentleman who has had 50 years in the entertainment industry and who's bringing his new movie to the Sac Film Fest. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. And again, as you're seeing there, the California Film Foundation is celebrating its 30th year this year, 28 years of the Sacramento Film Festival. But the mothership, if you will, the California Film Foundation is celebrating its 30-year anniversary. And we've been working with filmmakers for a long time, and we've been putting on multiple film programs. Because of COVID, some of the things had to get compacted together. We do a program called Cine Latino, which is the Sacramento International Latino Film Festival. We also do a program called Cine Soul, the Sacramento Black Film Festival. And that one, we've had to kind of shoehorn in with this Sacramento Film Festival this year because of COVID. So that's going to be unspooling on August the 20th. And you just saw the little promo for that right there. Again, all this information, CaliforniaFilm.net. Or if you want to see just CineSoul specifically, you can go to CineSoul, CineSoul.org. And the gentleman that I'm going to introduce in just a moment here, as I mentioned, is going to be part of CineSoul this year. We're very, very thrilled and excited to have him. And his movie, which I found to be probably one of the most hilarious films I've ever seen, let alone a short, let alone at a film festival, period. I think it was one of the most hilarious movies I've ever seen. The film is called The Sweetest Vacation, but the film's author and the lead actor in the film is with us right now, and his name is Phillip Walker. Oh, Phillip. Hey, there he is. Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Good. I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just great, and we can see you fantastic. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for submitting your movie to the Sacramento Film Festival. And I've been telling folks, this is like all NorCal, baby, this year. Like everybody that we've been bringing on is NorCal. If you don't mind, Phillip, tell us about your pedigree. I know you went to University of California, Davis. Did you not, sir?
That's correct. I am actually unhappy to say that I am no longer a Sacramento Valley local.
You moved on to LA, right?
Yeah, LA, they draw.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta go where the fish are jumping, right?
That's absolutely right.
The fish are biting. You gotta do it. But you were born and raised in the Davis area, or whereabouts?
No, I grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
But then moved to San Francisco to join the San Francisco Mime Troupe. Ended up staying in San Francisco for longer than I've lived any place, including Chicago, where I raised my son. Then went back out to the Midwest and did some teaching at the University of Illinois and things of that nature, and returned to Southern California, where I moved here to watch my granddaughter grow up. I thought that's why I was moving here, and ran into town, ran into Hollywood and auditioned, and it just blew up. I've done more than 1,000 productions in less than a decade.
My friend, I want to talk to you about some of this because this is quite prolific. But unless I'm remiss, I want to tell folks at home, listen, if you're watching us on YouTube or if you're watching us on Facebook, all you got to do is back out and you'll see a little sidebar there. You can ask questions. So if something occurs to you and you want to ask a question of any of these wonderful filmmakers, feel free to do so. And we would be very, very happy to help you out with that. Now, Phillip, I just want to ask you about this because you actually wrote a book. Is that right? You wrote a book, and I'm going to read the title of it. It's a long title. And let's see. Entry-level acting in LA, a hands-on new actor, full-time employment workbook. Is that right?
I show people how to become full-time Hollywood talent within 3 days of their arrival in Southern California.
Man, I'm buying that book. I'm sold. Where can I get this book? I'm sold.
You can go to entrylevelacting.la. Entrylevelacting.la. The name of the book is Entry Level Acting in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, if there's any way we can get you on a panel, we're going to be doing, I know that you're coming in on Sunday, the 20th, August the 20th.
Well, I'm coming in at the beginning. I don't go to film festivals and only see my work. I will be there for the whole thing. You guys will get so sick and tired of me around.
Well, listen, I the first time that you came into my consciousness was I'm addicted to that show Westworld. And what happened was when I finally saw your film that's going to be in our film festival, The Sweetest Vacation, in case I was remiss, The Sweetest Vacation, part of Sin of Soul.
Sweetest Vacation, no the.
Sweetest Vacation, thank you.
Vacation,
I saw that and I'm like, man, I know this dude. And then it finally clicked that I saw you in Westworld. Can you just how many productions have you been in a part of?
In less than a decade, I've done more than 1,000 different productions. You've seen me so many times, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, no. And it started to occur to me over time that I've seen you in a lot of stuff. Now, here's my question to you, because this is going to have to be a panel discussion. This is too much because I got to bring on, Graham Streeter here, and I don't want to, and I want to tease because we're going to have a conference actually with this film festival called the Digital Odyssey Conference. Okay. Good. So folks at home, you're going to want, and hopefully we can talk Philip into being a part of it and get him on a panel. But here's my question, sir. And that is, you're doing this thing. How did you parlay the acting part into now you're producing what I thought, like I told you, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen?
Thank you for that compliment. That's the highest compliment this film has ever received, and it has received a lot of compliments. It's been extremely successful. So thank you so much for that encouragement. We think it's funny too. I call myself the reluctant filmmaker.
Okay.
I'm a trained actor. I have an MFA in acting from Davis. I've been acting for more than a half century.
You're an actor. We got it. You're an actor.
Well, sometimes when it's time that a story that I want told, sometimes Hollywood is just not interested in telling that story. They're interested in me acting in their story. So this caused me to, once I had got to Southern California, to start dabbling in the actual making of films. And so now with 68 short films under my belt, I've become a bit of a master at filmmaking, but I don't want to do that. I wish everybody would do the directing and the design and all that stuff and just let me act. I wish, but I can't pull it off. So here I come with another one.
I got you. All right, it makes sense, and I certainly share that frustration. I think a lot of us creatives do. I'm just going to tell folks right now, a couple people. That's incredible. Writing, filming, acting. Josh Zhao says, yay, UC Davis. Apparently Josh goes to UC Davis. 30 years. That's so cool. So yeah, you've got some fans here in the chat. And folks at home, let me just say it one more time. If you want to see Philip, meet Philip. He's going to be at the Sacramento Film Festival, and he's going to be a part of Cine Soul. And if you want to get the deets on that, it's CINESOUL.org. And the name of the movie is Sweetest Vacation. Don't put the in there. Sweetest Vacation. And Philip, I can't say thank you enough for you to be on here, and I can't wait to meet you in person and pick your brain a little bit about this wonderful acting career you've had. Now, when we bump out right now, when we come back, we're going to talk to my man Graham Streeter. But what we're going to do right now for fun is we're going to actually bump out on Philip's reel. Just in case you didn't know, now you're going to know. Philip, thank you so much for being with us. Check this out, folks.
Thank you for having me, Martin.
You're very welcome.
I'm Phillip E. Walker.
I guess that's just the way the story goes.
From Sacramento to San Jose, get on board Capital Corridor.
I get a bundle of money with my new computer. How much?
1 copy.
Isn't it illegal to copy money?
Most people never see, but matter a whole lot. Find out how Oracle is transforming the future.
Do you go for the traditional college degree or build your own higher education? Come on and have a chat with the old man. So, what about you?
All right. Thank you. That was about to play again. You know what? It just never ceases to amaze me how much talent we have here in Northern California, friends. Right here in Sacramento, Phillip, Davis guy. By the way, Phillip, Cecilia, Phillip, Rudy, I want you guys all to hang around here because afterwards we'll have a little powwow here after we're done with the show. But friends, it just never ceases to amaze me if you just give people a little bit of a nudge. A few years ago, we were very fortunate to have a gentleman participate with us at the Sacramento Film Festival who wrote and directed the movie Coco. Now, you all paid money to see that movie, haven't you? But you didn't know that was a Sacramento area resident native, did you? And that he was a Latino, did you? So what I'm saying is that we've got with all of our different folks out here, all different colors of the rainbow, we've got so much talent that have come from this area. And the Sacramento Film Festival, we kind of feel like we're kind of miners, if you will, miners for that talent, because we want people like Graham, who we're about to introduce, and we want people like Phillip, who've gone down to LA, who are doing the thing, to come back and share that knowledge and share and pay it forward a little bit, because the reality is there's a lot of people coming up in the ranks too, who, may not have been noticed, may not have been seen, maybe don't have the wherewithal, maybe they don't have the resources, right? And that's what we're here to do. And so part of that is bringing these filmmakers back, showing you their wares. And I'm telling you, we're going to have over 40 of the most amazing movies from right here in the Sacramento area and Northern California that you've ever seen. So it's coming, and I can't wait. Again, August the 18th through the 20th, SacramentoFilmFestival.com, CaliforniaFilm.net, and in the case of Cinesol, it's cinesol.org. Now, without further ado, I got to set this up. This gentleman right here is just an amazing artist who we've had at the film festival, and he's actually, in fact, won the film festival, won the whole shooting match. And we're just so delighted to have him back here, and most particularly because of this issue that we're going to talk about. And without further ado, before I bring him on, Rudy, if that's okay with you, what I'd like to do is go ahead and play the trailer to the film UNFIX, and then on the other side, we'll meet and talk to the filmmaker, Graham Streeter. Please watch this. We'll be right back.
I recently had a relative contact me, and he urged I find my authentic self, or warned I would never be happy.
What do you think he was referring to when he said never be happy?
Well, for one, he was a closeted homosexual.
Do I have permission to touch your forearm?
He's a good kid, just give him a chance, all right?
Hey. Yeah, I'm here. Wait, who's at the cafe?
I offered them a place to stay. This is Ari.
Hey, hold on,
this is John and Max.
Yeah, we're gonna
They've already agreed to a strict lockdown quarantine, okay? Distancing, mask, sanitizer, the works.
You need to tell him. Or I will. We agreed this would be confidential. I know. What is your fucking deal? Huh?
You have to either act on it or move on already.
The Wallenmeyer family and the son, they can all rot in hell.
Oh, what? No big cash savings?
Oh, just stop.
What did I say? He's a fucking hustler. He had no intention of paying you back. You believe me now?
I don't know.
No one's ever helped me out of a panic attack like that before.
I don't understand what you're talking
Just
about.
how fucking long have you been seeing him?
There's one person on this fucking planet who knows you. It's me.
Every woman's ideal man is a gay guy fixed by good old-fashioned conversion therapy. So.
My God, your father is dead.
$80,000 in therapy debt, and that's the best you got?
Wow. All right. Without further ado, let's talk to the filmmaker, Mr. Graham Streeter. Hi, Graham.
Hey. Good to see you, Marty.
Hey, buddy. Hey, you never failed to bring it, man. I mean, with how many features have you done now? I don't know. Never mind about how many you've played at the film festival. Just how many features have you directed now?
I think 7 now.
Yeah, and that's not a small feat, but also to do something so impactful, to make it a thriller. I had a filmmaker on last week that was also had an issue piece. What he said to me was something very interesting. He said, I could have made a documentary, but then we would have just been preaching to the choir. What was the impetus for you behind making this movie, UNFIX?
I agree totally with that comment. It's when you're doing a topic like this, it's been told before, so it's not something new in a lot of ways. I mean, there are a lot of people who don't really know about the issue of conversion therapy, which is what this film kind of pivots around. But if you could take that topic and show it in a way that a documentary simply cannot, by twisting a couple of the variables and flipping a thing or two here and there in the formula of the narrative so that it is really put into the seat of the viewer, that it makes it possible for in this case, for a heterosexual person to be a victim of conversion therapy in this situation, then we're approaching it from a completely different perspective that allows you, hopefully, to see it from a new light and learn more and be impacted.
To empathize, right?
Yeah. So narrative is it's wonderful. You have that opportunity to really flip it just a little bit, just to cater it for an audience just the right way.
Understood. And if you don't mind, tell me, what is conversion therapy? Because we're actually going to have a little track on this at the end of our Digital Odyssey conference. We're actually going to do a track on this so that people can actually have a discussion around this topic. For those that don't understand, what is it?
So conversion therapy is the act of, let's say you have a child who is leaning to be gay, and so parents or people in their life will take them to some place or to a therapist or through some kind of a methodology to fix them to be heterosexual. That conversion back to a heteronormalcy behavior, and it's typically done through either the practice of psychotherapy or done through religious guilt, all those kind of things. There's physical stuff, there's mental stuff. It's been around since the 50s, literally, where it really became, once it became not diagnosed as a mental illness, then it was like, okay, then we can deal with it in a non-medicative way, which became more of these types of physical therapies, like rubber band snapping you see in the trailer. When they have a thought that's homosexual, the child is snapped with a rubber band repeatedly until that connection of those thoughts become painful or unpleasant, and then you're fixed eventually, Marty. You're
fixed. Yeah. And so UNFIX is the title, but but apparently from what I'm gathering and from what I'm learning, because this was news to me, I had no understanding about this issue, but apparently it can be very psychologically damaging and scarring to the individuals that go through this fixing.
Sure. It is essentially, and this applies to the whole LGBTQ community, young people, especially who identify as being maybe gay or lesbian or whatever, transgender, whatever they are identifying with, but everyone in your world is saying, no, you cannot be that. You must change and be something that's going to be fit into that the box of acceptability. So you eventually you say, okay, I give in. I'm no longer that anymore. Back off, and I will now be heterosexual and deviant and all.
I'll be what you want me to be.
Yep, you comply. You cave. But Marty, that just means the person for the rest of their life lives as a fraud. In their heart, they know that that's not who they are. They're just making a shield and they're pretending to be something else, which is to say that person cannot be who they are in life without being ridiculed. So they are imperfect. They are broken, and they are forever unable to express their own world. And so you look at suicide rates for kids, especially kids who have gone through conversion therapy. It's tenfold when you have had those kind of practices.
Yeah,
as you have to lie the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, Graham, listen, we're flat out of time, but I just want to thank you for bringing this important movie about this important subject and in such a very wonderful cinematic presentation. Again, the name of the movie, folks, is UNFIX. It's going to be playing at the Sacramento International Film Festival, the 28th annual Sacramento International Film Festival, and that's going to happen on August the 19th. All the details are at californiafilm.net. Get the tickets now because this thing could very well sell out. By the way, we're having this year at the California Railroad Museum. So everything's going to be in Old Sacramento, and we're very, very, very excited to bring it to you. But we need you to do your part and go get those tickets so you can see this wonderful movie. And like I said, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 19th, we're also going to have a track, meaning that we're going to have a conversation so that Graham has agreed to host it, so that bring people in to talk about this. And there might be some people out there who maybe are struggling with this, and you're certainly invited to come if that's the case. If you have any questions about it, you can give me a call at 916-524-5138. We want to make this a very safe space, right, for people to talk. And then for the movie that night, that is our main feature on August the 19th. So you're going to want to be there. Folks, I want to thank all of the folks who've been a part of this today. Obviously, Graham Streeter, Cecilia Romo, Mr. Phillip E. Walker, who I can't wait to talk to at the film festival. And I bet you actors can't wait to talk to him. By the way, folks, we're in the middle of an actor strike, right? But that doesn't mean that we cannot prepare for what's coming. And hopefully, and again, this is going to be something that we're going to be talking about at the film festival. Hopefully what's coming is a brighter future for all of us. Somebody told me the other day, and I was just flabbergasted. The CEO, Bob Iger of Disney, okay? Now, I don't know this to be true, but this is something that just stuck in my craw. 2% of Bob Iger's annual salary would fix the writer's problem for good. I mean, would cover the gap that they're talking about. So you've got a situation where you've got a very, very few people in controlling a mass amount of wealth, and the people who bring them that wealth, the workers, the actors, the writers, the people who, many of whom, actors that I know in LA right now that are good friends of mine, that are living hand to mouth, that cannot get residuals anymore because of streaming, that cannot get paid in the first place. What they're asking for is a pittance compared to what it gives all of us. And so this is some stuff that we're going to be talking about at the film festival and with the Digital Odyssey Conference. Again, all the information at californiafilm.net. I can't thank you enough for watching. This has been another episode of The Breakdown, and we'll see you at the upcoming film festival real soon. In the meantime, take care. Thanks again.